you for visiting the Africa Rising Cycling Podcast, where we share the big and most interesting cycling stories from across the continent of Africa and from around the world where African cyclists are racing and riding. So welcome to the show. Today we have the newly crowned Rwandan Junior National XCO mountain bike champion, Jonathan Rafiki, joining us for the ARC podcast. We also have Jonathan's papa, and he's an original member of Team Rwanda Cycling, Rafiki Uwimana, along with Jonathan's personal coach, Salami, coach of the Benin National Cycling Team. We'll be exploring these stories and how legacy is built in African cycling. And of course, I have my partner in all things podcast, Jeremy Ford, helping with the hosting duties today. So welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super. So let's start with you, Mr. Rwandan National Junior Champ, Jonathan Rafiki. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jonathan, and how you got into cycling.
For me, this is a very important win. First of all, it's my first national title, so that's amazing. And it means a lot to me because it shows all the work and the support that's been given to me over the years. It's paying off all the training and all the sacrifices people have made and I have made throughout the years.
So, how did you get started in cycling?
So I started cycling at a very young age. I started riding my bike at 4 years old, and then from there on, I first I started with BMX, and from there I could learn like the simple things like bike handling, and I got very comfortable on the bike. And then I had my first race at 7 years old. It was in the U.S. in Los Angeles. It was third, my first ever race. It was a BMX race. And from then on, I've just been developing and just growing with my cycling career and the way I ride.
That's fantastic. And I just have to say, I was there in the beginning when you were on that first bike at 4 years old. And I remember sitting in the team house, our old team house, and we were in the office and we heard you crying because your papa took off the training wheels from your bike.
I mean, obviously, your father, Rafiki, must be a big influence on you. So let's hear from Rafiki. A couple of questions for you. Firstly, obviously, how does it feel for your son to see your son be a national champion? And then can you give our listeners an idea of your journey from when you joined Team Rwanda in 2006 all the way up to the big things you're doing now?
Yeah, so I was very happy to see Jonathan wins Mountain Rwanda Championship, and I was very surprised how easy it was for him to win. Technically, it was very easy for him. Like he even beat them, and somehow he come to me say, "My dad, maybe I have flat tire." I was like, "It's okay, no pressure. You have 1 minute. Take care." So it was very, very, very good. I started cycling actually locally. Tom Ritchie, Jonathan Boyer, Kimberly Coast show up in Rwanda. We had a long journey to start making things professionally. So that's when we started traveling around the world. That's when we started speak English. That's when we start racing international races. That's when we started running technical professional race. And that's actually when we start winning a lot of races until we get to the Olympics, mountain bike and the road bike. And actually winning many Tour de Rwanda, Tour de Gabon, many around the tour in Africa, some stages. I remember we had Areruya Joseph win, I think, Junior Giro d'Italian. So that's when I had Jonathan, and he started cycling in professionally hands, professionally family. Actually, I can tell even now, cycling it will become more easy for him. Of course, I'm behind him as his father, and also I'm very thankful of all of you guys, team is team, how you supporting him, open the brain, open the mind, and we are very thankful to everybody who think about UC around here.
I just wanted to ask, so last year, obviously, you were with the UCI as well. Could you just talk everyone through a little bit what you've done with the UCI?
Yes, I had a very, very good experience with UCI. Especially, I done many races in Europe, including Tour de France. So it was very big things, including a world championship, especially home here in Rwanda. And also, after I had chance to go back to level 3 mechanic cross. So also it was very, very good work.
A lot of our listeners don't know that you and Jonathan lived with us for many years. First at the team house in Musanze, then when we went up to the Africa Rising Cycling Center, which we built, which is now a UCI satellite center. Jonathan, remember how we used to tell people that you were raised by a cycling team? Did you ever think it was weird how you grew up, or did you like how you grew up? It was definitely different.
For sure, growing up with kind of a different environment, it was very different, but it wasn't something like I had to get used to. It's like I really enjoyed coming home and seeing the cyclists come in and out of camp, like all the time. When I started cycling myself, it was easy for me because I'd been around cyclists. It was just looking and observing and enjoying the environment as a kid.
Jonathan, Kim told me the first tour of Rwanda you saw was in 2014 when you were 6 years old. And obviously Valens Nzea Senga won that race. Can you remember being on the finish line? And was that a big motivation for you, like seeing a Rwandan win Tour of Rwanda?
Yes, it was. I remember I was with my grandma right here close to Mount Kigali, our home, and it close to the stadium. So I went down with my grandma that day, and then when Valence came in, he came and he said hi to us. From then on, I always me too. I dream of also maybe winning the Tour of Rwanda one day and wearing the yellow jersey. So that's also one of my dreams because seeing that other riders like Valence and Bosco winning the yellow jersey also inspires me to one day race the Tour of Rwanda.
Speaking of inspirational moments and people, we hear you've received advice from a well known Rwandan cyclist in 2012 2016 Olympian Adrien Niyonshuti. So, what advice has Adrian given you?
So I talked to Adrian maybe like a month, like at the start of February. Uh, and then I told him we were racing national championships, and as an experienced rider who I know has raced and finished an Olympic mountain bike race. So we talked, and he helped me prepare for the races. He would help me with training plans. Him and Salami, they really helped me kind of come into the race with confidence that I had prepared enough for this race and that I could perform in this race.
So now let's talk about Salami. So if people don't know Salami, he's can't believe I'm saying this. He's still just 21 years old. He's one of the most unique guys I think I've come across in African cycling, and we've worked together on a few races as DS. I met him in Benin. So he's way over in West Africa, coaching Jonathan here in Rwanda. Um, he's been developing under Adrien, and now he's coming out from under Adrien to be sport director for Team Benin at the Tour of Benin in a few weeks' time. A huge result. So, Salami, tell everyone about you, how you got into cycling, the work you've been doing with Jonathan, and what lessons already you think our younger listeners can learn from his development.
Thank you very much. I started cycling as amateur cyclist and for for a couple years, and then I moved to coaching, and I really have my level UCI level 1 certification. And the biggest turning point for me was joining Team Africa Rising when I have the opportunity to start working closer with Coach Adrian and all the staff of Team Africa Rising. So to learn a lot of things about future cycling and also about coaching, to have a lot of experience. I passed the UCI level 3 degrees in Ghana, and after that now I have the chance to have several months training camp in Wyoming in high altitude, where I was training both as athlete and also as coach. It was where I met Jonathan for the first time. We became a good friend, and with over the time our relationship as coach and athlete become very strong, and we start working closer. And I can tell you, Jonathan is a good guy. He's dedicated guy. He's always want to learn. He always want to move forward. So he make my job easy as coach. I was outside training with the guy here in Benin. So because we have training camp, when he sent me message, he sent the photo. He say, "Coach, I win," and I was pissed off on the motor. I say, "Oh, congratulations, big man!"
At your age, at 21 as a coach, I mean, we've just done a podcast with Louis Menkes, who did 20 Grand Tours. And in that, he talks about mental strength. It's not just about the training, it's about mental strength. So to hear you talking about that already and coaching a 17-year-old on that is fantastic.
So, Jonathan, you've been going to Virunga Valley Academy now since you were 7, I think, maybe
Yes.
6 or 7. So tell us a little bit about the school that you go to and what the school recently did for you a couple months ago and supporting you.
I've been going to this school since kindergarten. It's been 10 years. Right now I'm in 10th grade, so secondary 4. So the school I came up, it was one day. It just came up as a random thought, and then I was like, maybe I can go for it. As you know, as a cyclist, you need like we have when you have no job and you just have school and just people like your family supporting you. You need sometimes you need like help with things. Lucky for me, Muchechuru and coach Jonathan Boyer, they always help me with like gels and stuff. But also sometimes you need like other things aside. Like for my improvement in cycling, I've started using the gym to improve my power. So I went to my school and I wrote a proposal and said if they can give me like a sort of like a financial help, and I'll also help them with like social media uh boosting and help them like tag them in social media posts, and also be like kind of like an ambassador for my school and tell it to people. uh because usually when I meet different people around, they always ask me, how's your English so good? And I always tell them about my school. So I introduced the proposal to my school, and we have a very wonderful director, Dr. Matthew Miller, and he agreed. and then we started supporting me, and it has helped me a lot. So I got things like it helps me like with a gym membership, and I can also uh, use like different stuff like on the road. I can help me with like nutrition and buy small bike parts like tire patches and lube for my bike. So it has been really helping me a lot.
That's great. It's such a fabulous school, and we are so happy to be able to send you to that school. Just for reference, you've heard Jonathan say Mchechiru several times. Just so you guys know, that is me, and it's Kinyarwanda for old lady. but but it's a term of endearment which I wear proudly. So just in case any of you were wondering who Mchechiru is.
I've never taken the risk of calling you it. So, Jonathan, I mean, we've talked through like the incredible platform that you have around you. Um,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, Africa Continental Mountain Bike Champs, Ivory Coast at the end of May. I think that's a key target. Um, what are your plans for the next few months? What are your chances in that race, do you think? And do you have any other races beyond that planned for this summer?
Um, right now we have uh, right now I have a small training camp here in Mount Kigali. We have a small 1 day race in Rwanda, a race for the genocide commemoration. It's one of the little the one of the good 1 day races in Rwanda, local races. So I'm doing that, and then for like 1 month, I'll be focusing entirely on mountain bike. I'm gonna put lot of focus in training with mountain bike with my coaches, and expectation for those races. I don't really know. It's my first time racing at that level and with those kind of people. So the only thing I could be hoping for that race was probably placement at the start line, and then from there on, I don't know what to expect because I haven't really raced at this level yet. But I'll prepare the best I can, and we'll try to get the best result we can.
The national champs, Rwanda national champs at end of June. There's youth in that race? Do you race then as well? Or does that take place at a different time?
For that, we're not really sure if maybe if we're gonna race, but this summer, I have races planned in the US, uh, and last summer I got to race in the US, and it really helped me with racing with a bigger field with a more variety of riders, because I'm not just racing at the local level. Uh, like it's I would like with bigger peloton. Like I was racing with a peloton of like more than 300 people. So it was a way different experience than here in Rwanda where I'm racing with no more than 50 riders.
Yeah, those American mountain bike races are the real deal. There's some serious groups there.
Salami's going to be busy in the next couple of weeks because he's, as Jeremy alluded to, he is running his own team at the Tour of Benin, and he is taking on full DS duties. He sat in the passenger seat and watched Jeremy do it a couple of times. He's watched Adrien do it, and this year's Tour of Benin on April, I think it's 27th, Salami gets behind the wheel and does all the duties of a DS for his team. So we're super jazzed about that. Woo!
Yeah,
So
it will be amazing experience for me.
it will be. I'm excited to see this because I am like Mama Bird, and I'm kicking you out of the nest and you will fly. So it's time for you to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah,
To see if
yeah,
you can
So
get an automatic gearbox for your first time. That's
yeah.
my number one trick.
Yeah, he's very excited, and yeah, it's very exciting new, and also it come at the good time because I will be the DS for the team for the first time, and 2 weeks later, I will be in the UCI doing the level 3. So it is very good experience at the right time. So after the tour, I will transfer the the knowledge I learned from the tour and the team and all the people around to through the learning process to pass the level 3. And also after the level 3, UCI give me opportunity to have internship with the World Cycling Center team. So I will be in Europe for I think 3 months.
Just
Yeah.
to wrap up, I want to ask Rafiki the last question. So Rafiki, 20 years ago,
All
did
right.
you ever think this would be your life today?
That's a very good question. Yeah, in my life, I had a dream, but sometime when you have a dream, you think you don't know how you make it. You know, somehow you wanna give up. And I can tell how many guys around me who has been together already give up for. It's like that's too much. I give up, but I'm thankful for, like I say, for all of you guys. I think for my family. I think for my dream. It's making me happy. It's coming true because with the coach, Jonathan Boyer, we always pass through hard time because actually it wasn't easy for him to teach professionally things, how everything works, especially us, the Rwandan, where we coming from so far, where education was very low and the experience was very low. Everything was very low. So I'm very thankful for Mchechu. I'm very happy that I had experience. I'm feeling very happy now. So I wish we can have Jonathan and the other generation same age because talent is there. Talent is there.
It's been many generations of people involved, so thank you all.
All right.
We'll wrap up there, but good luck, Salami, for Tour of Benin. Obviously, we're all going to be watching
Thank
that.
you very
Drive
much.
safely. All eyes will be on the Continental Mountain Bike Championships at the end of May. So good luck, Jonathan, at that. And then maybe we'll catch up again after the summer to see how the season has been for you all. But thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mchechu. Thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Now go to bed, Jonathan.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Africa Rising Cycling Podcast. If you like what you have heard, please do share our podcast with your friends and on social media. Leave us a review or even make a donation to Africa Rising Cycling. All of this will help us to continue to bring you fascinating stories about African cycling.